Hey, this is Key Creative Studio, Master Drawing Japan. Just make a point to draw every day. Sorry I've been away for a little while. I've been busy with my drawing seminars with Glenn Vilppu here in Tokyo. If any of you happen to be in the Tokyo area, please come down and join us. The last two seminars are going to be this coming weekend. Um, I'll leave a link I'll put a link in the description. Someone had a question about like how to draw figures in space, right? And sorry, well, draw figures in space, or like how to draw figures in perspective. Okay. Um, all right. In terms of like drawing like figures, right, in perspective, unless we're doing like a silhouette, generally speaking, the figure is always in a state of perspective, right? I did some examples here like beforehand, but the basic two major things that I can think of, that really creates like the sense of like perspective or things being in space are like converging lines, right? Like I have like this 2 point perspective box here, right? Right? These lines, you know, want to go to this point, and like these lines want to go to that point, right? And there's our basic horizon line, right? So that's one thing. It's basically, if you have like a plane like this, right? There's no real change, right? The less change there is, like the more flat it tends to look, right? If the more that we create a plane, right? As I'm dividing in half and going like that, now we have a sense of perspective, right? And even more so, as a sense of volume as well. Okay. The other thing is overlap. Okay. Basically, when you have like one object in front of another object, right? And that creates a sense of perspective. Also, it helps create a sense of size as well, and in terms of how things are being laid out relatively, right? So I have like these boxes here. So obviously, you know, um, you know, you have these boxes, and well, there are these large boxes here, but you have like these spheres. I shall put another one here, which are in front, and it's creating a sense of space because obviously, we have something in front like that. Now, here's another thing. If you don't know this already, actually, here I just made a mistake, and I know why these things happen. It happens to all of us. You don't want two objects like just touching like that. This is what we call is a tangent, and the tangent like immediately like kills like the sense of perspective, because our brains don't know how to read like what's in the front and like what's in the back. So don't do that. What you want to do is something like this. I'm gonna leave this here because so that you guys will remember what not to do. Okay, but what you want is something like this, where you have like a clear, like a T, and it's like, or a T here or a T here. So the T creates the sense of overlap. And so that's what you want. Okay. All right. Now, so basically, yeah, converging lines. Okay. And overlap. That essentially is the secret sauce towards drawing things in space. Okay. Basically speaking. Okay. Now, that being said, okay, nobody wants to like look at like boxes, when it comes to like the drawing the figure, okay? So it's a sense that we need to have at all times as we're drawing, okay? if it's helpful for you, like to draw, if it's helpful for you, like to draw, guidelines, um, things like that, as you're drawing the figure, that's fine. But you don't want the, you don't want this tool to use you. You want to use the tool, to accomplish what you want to draw, right? So I'm gonna do a little bit of a trick here, okay? I'm gonna do a figure in perspective, and I'm gonna kind of base it off of like a 2 point perspective kind of thing, right? 2 points perspective basically meaning like, I have, you know, this line going here, that line going there, but I'm gonna do something a little bit more funky with that. All right, so I have these lines coming out, and actually I'm gonna put this down this way. And actually, this is more than 2 point. Actually, this might even be like a 3 point. The way I'm gonna do this actually. I'm gonna have this coming here, coming like that, and I'm gonna put this one across like that. All right, bear with me, okay? So again, vanishing point is here, and I have actually another vanishing point here. All right. What I'm gonna do is this. I learned this, not not personally from Jack Kirby, but I kind of got this. This is something that I learned from like looking at Jack Kirby's work. So Jack Kirby really was the person that really changed things in terms of design in comics. The the thing I always heard, was that everyone copied Jack Kirby, and comics were not the same, after after his designs like came on the map. Okay. I'll put this. So I'm personally, what I'm trying to do is keep these lines as loose as possible for myself, because I don't want to I don't want to like lock myself down or box myself in unnecessarily, um, um, prematurely. Okay, because the figure really should be um, should be organic, you know. So, I'm just using these as guidelines, guys, okay? This is not necessarily, um, the way to draw all the time. I just want to show you, what you can do to help like what you're drawing have a little bit more balance. That's right. I mean, I've been living in Japan too long, and it's maybe not the most accurate word to use, but you know, but have a little more believability in terms of how you see these things in space. Okay. All right. Sure. I'm gonna get even more funky with this hand. I'm gonna put this hand like that. There we go. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So again, your um, our drawing of the figure here, it's really employing these basic things, right? Converging lines and overlap. That's really what makes it work. Okay. The anatomy, of course, is important. It's very, very important. However, don't make the mistake of thinking the anatomy is the end all to drawing. It's not. Again, it's just a tool to help you get down what you want to say more clearly. I don't know, this could be some, who was that character? I think it was the Silver Surfer. Could be one of those kinds of characters. Someone made a really good point. I can't remember who it was, but he said, someone said about Kirby, is that his drawings, seem to be set, not just in space, but also in time. And if you think about it, that's kind of like a profound thing to say, because actually, if you think about like how I'm setting this character here, you can imagine that what is closest to us is more immediate to us in space and time, and then what is farther away from us is kind of like following up. And then let me see, This is a little bit, this is quite different from my usual way of drawing. And if I had the time, I probably would design it a little bit more differently, but I'm gonna really lay this in here so for clarity for you guys, so you can really see what's happening here. Okay. And you know what? I'm gonna put one point here, like that. And put them on a surfboard or something like that. So he's coming out of this. Something like that. And I'm gonna change his foot just a little bit because it looks like he's falling off here. So I'll make this a little bit more stable. Okay. Oops, I'll run out of time. All right. Okay, all right. Flesh these out a little bit. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna make this foot even bigger. Like I said, we're dealing with not just space and time, so I want this to look a little bit more like it's coming at us. Okay. And hand. Okay. Hand. Okay. Punch this up a little bit. Okay. Okay. not be the Silver Surfer. It could be any other character you want it to be. That's the basic idea, guys. Okay. All right. So that's this is one way of like sitting your characters like in space. Um, and in perspective. Okay. Again, you know, the keys are, you know, you want things to go to converging lines. Okay, that's one. The other thing you want, you know, you want to use like overlap as much as you can, whenever possible. You know, that always helps to set things out. Okay. Again, there's no need. Now I put a whole bunch of lines, you know, like guidelines and things like that. And you know, while it might be helpful for me, you know, you don't want you don't want the guidelines and the perspective and all that, like, you know, to be um, um, you don't want that to dominate, you know, what you're trying to express with the figure here, right? Again, it's just a tool. It's just a tool. You know, don't let your tools use you. You know, you use the tools. Okay. Don't let them use you. You use them. Okay. All right. Okay. I think I'm gonna stop here. I think you guys got the general idea of what I'm talking about. Okay. Not the best Silver Surfer in the world, but I think you guys got the idea. Okay. Try to. Let's clean this up a little bit so it's not so fuzzy. Okay. All right. All right. That's the basic idea. All right. All right. I hope this is kind of helpful for you guys. All right. Again, you know, look at Jack Kirby. Study Jack Kirby. Don't get thrown or you know, don't get put off, you know, by like his anatomy and all that kind of stuff. You know, that's not really a big deal. You know, you have to think about like the choices that he's making, and like why, even though, you know, it might look kind of like strange at first or whatever, it's still very effective, right? You know, it still works very 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 well. So the question is like why, you know, like why is it working? Japan. Okay. Okay, all right. That head is really big. Hold on. Let me get this. Just gonna bring that down just a little bit. There we go. Just a little bit. Maybe. Okay, that's better. Okay. Believe it or not. Okay. Okay, guys. All right. I hope that's helpful. Again, if you have any questions about what I'm about this video or anything else, please feel free to ask me anytime. Again, if this was helpful for you, please give me a like and give me a comment and subscribe. Let me know that you're out there. Okay. I really would like to do more of these. Okay. Okay. All right. See you next time. All right. Bye.